Vanakkam, Namaste, and blessings to everyone. This is Dr. Bhairavi Balasubramanian, PhD, the Sky Priestess. We are officially in the start of Scorpio season as the Sun has just entered Scorpio. Scorpio's energy is associated with symbols like the scorpion, the eagle, the phoenix. It's very much an energy that actually asks us to go deep, so deep into our processing that we think we've hit, rock bottom, pitch darkness. And just as we're at the bottom of the barrel, we see this little tunnel of light, this opening that actually leads us to a new pathway forwards. It's very much the energy of transmutation and alchemy. When people have asked me in the past what Scorpio is about, I kind of go, well, it's the space where the phoenix ultimately goes to die. Because the phoenix needs to die so that it can actually be reborn. So in this sense, Scorpio has a deeply alchemical and transformative capacity. Scorpio is very much about the energy of in-depth work, healing, transmutation, regeneration. It's on the practical 3D level, it has a lot to do with your health, your sexuality, your finances, things like divorces, alimonies, surgeries, things that involve cutting away at parts of yourself that have been overextended. It's also about consolidating your resources in ways that are meaningful and learning how to share them in a way that is fair to all parties, including yourself. The excesses of Scorpionic energy can be possession, manipulation, jealousy, even violence, but the same energy can lead us to transcendental experiences of truth when we realize the truth of the yin-yang symbol. There is darkness, there is light. And I just want to be very clear on one thing. I don't particularly consider darkness a bad thing to begin with. Rather, it's a different phase or state of existence. I mean, there aren't exactly headlights in the womb. When you're trying to bury a seed so it can, bloom and sprout and then grow and then bloom, you do so by covering it with the soil. It's a time and space that needs silence, that needs rest, that needs cover, so to speak. So those are more positive associations and uses of this energy that aren't immediately, oh my God, it's Scorpio, gloom and doom, ah! No, you can actually get a lot of work done in this particular Scorpio season. Generally, this instance of Scorpio energy, this month and certainly the next month, when we see basically an eclipse of Mercury and the Sun during the Scorpio, retrograde in Scorpio, as we will also be seeing through the month of November, it's an energy that's asking us to go inwards and to find the lessons that come through the hidden depths, to find lessons that come through deep introspection, silence, being able to not emotionally react and jump into a situation guns a-blazing, being willing to give up control, ownership, or possession of things or people that we thought we owned. It's certainly about allowing ourselves to come into that space of spiritual grace and light by looking at the sheer accumulation of energies, connections, toxic debris that we may be breathing in and out without even realizing it. So this is really work that is focused on the self. It always is, but even more so than usual. Take the time to work on your spiritual practice. Make sure you have a space and time for yourself just to sit, just to think, just to feel, just to be. Know that a lot of things are sorting themselves out at the cosmic level. So, not having your answer ready for everything, not knowing exactly what you're going to do, is perfectly okay for this time. I mean, yes, I can obviously come in and say, hey, I can help you, I can save you, I can show you the way, but I would say you are better off saving yourselves by listening to your own counsel. For people who have severe reactions to this particular energy, because it's going to be drawing out a lot of fear, a lot of anxieties, a lot of hidden trauma, for people who are going through that, it is absolutely essential for you to reach out to facilitators whom you trust and people who can support you. And do remember to honor their time and energy in ways that are meaningful to all parties. But apart from that, I would say try to go at this as best you can. Practice basic psychic defense techniques, whether it's using black tourmaline, visualizing a golden or a violet light around yourself, smudging the home, because a lot of density is going to be coming up as well. Parts of the shadow are truly sacred and restorative, and parts of it are batshit crazy. So whilst there's a lot of healing work that can be done, it will also be the time to part with a lot of old energies that are simply no longer in alignment with the frequency that you need to be. Ultimately, the purpose of Scorpio is to make you surrender into becoming the best version of yourself that you can be. And that is not something that is driven by pride or by ego or by the desire to control. That is something that happens only when you are willing to sit in the thick of it, to not have the answers, to not need to control the process, and to surrender to spirit. That doesn't mean not doing anything. That means saying, you know what, I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but I am open to things evolving, dissolving, rebirthing as and when required. So remember, going to have the new moon in Scorpio coming up on the 28th of October, opposing Uranus. That's a greatly transformative time. We're going to be having Mercury retrograde in Scorpio on the 31st. Just when the veil is particularly thin to begin with. So psychic protection, again, is something that I would definitely recommend at this time. And then the next month, we're going to be seeing around about the 11th or so, depending on where you are in the world, we're going to be seeing that powerful eclipse of Mercury and the Sun. And that's where we're really going to be seeing a lot of shadow dynamics drawn out. There's going to be more Scorpio energies in the skies till early January. So we are going to have the opportunity to work through this step by step, bit by bit, day by day. You do not need to have all the answers right now, and that is okay. For a lot of you, accepting that and allowing yourselves to breathe is just the ticket. Remember that everyone is going through a lot right now, and as always, try to practice compassion for others and for yourself. Don't jump the gun. Be patient. Sometimes you do have to take a very, very strong stand to protect the vulnerable, to protect parts of yourself, and that is okay. But you don't need to do it all of the time. Do what you have to do, and then come back to creating a vision of life in which you are replenished and in alignment with deeper spirit. So take care. Very, very many blessings and lots of love to everyone. For those of you who are interested in working with me, the session link is in the description. Note that I have blocked out those times where I feel it is absolutely important and essential for you to be in your own practice in a way that is supported by those who are around you. Take care. Very many blessings. Here's a good tip. Try to have some salt baths. Sustainably sourced salt will be best, but try to have some salt baths periodically. If you want to, you can add some lime to it. That's a very good technique to just also clear yourself of accumulated energetic debris. So that's about it. Take care. Many blessings. Ciao, ciao for now. Bye-bye.